Hello again, welcome back to the channel. Glad you could join me. So, in continuing on with the Samurai Cat, we have gotten to book 5, Samurai Cat Goes to the Movies by Mark E. Rogers. Now, this is the 5th book in the series, as I said, and for me, this is the pinnacle of the series. Every book got better and better and better till we got to Samurai Cat Goes to the Movies. There is one more book in the series. Unfortunately for me, it just didn't feel as good. I didn't like it as much. Now, this was the first Samurai Cat book that I read. I had seen it at my local library back when I was in high school, and I don't remember why I didn't end up getting it right away, but I'm glad I did. This book was so funny, and I've read it so many times. This, like I said, this is the book that really got me into the Samurai Cat series. This was the funniest of the books by far, the best written, the best paced, everything. This is the best one. Now, this one really stuck more to making fun of movies than the previous books did. The previous books, there was some movie references. I mean, Indiana Jones is in it, and we have the Star Wars episode, but a lot of what went on in the other books, they were literary parodies. So they had parody of the Lord of the Rings. They had the parody of Conan the Barbarian, the parody of the John Carter from Mars. Again, for those of you who are unaware, Conan the Barbarian and John Carter from Mars both started out as books first, then movies. In Samurai Cat Goes to the Movies, Miyawara Tomokato and his nephew Shiro, in the first story in the book, it's a parody of the Terminator. It's called The Terminationer, and a Arnold Schwarzenegger looking robot is sent back in time to eliminate Miyawara Shiro. So he's looking for Tomokato's nephew, and it's kind of funny. He shows up in Japan and goes after the creator of Hello Kitty. It's not Hello Kitty. It's called Hello There Kitty. So yes, it's obviously a spoof on Hello Kitty. And he shows up at a battle in Iwo Jima, I believe. No, it wasn't Iwo Jima. It was a battle in the Pacific during World War II, looking for Shiro, and he doesn't find them in either of those places, and goes away quite upset because he didn't get to kill anyone. And if you are at all familiar with the Terminator, that's very, very different than how the Terminator starts. But anyway, they end up at a science fiction convention for overweight science fiction fans. And one of the really funny things is that every time Tomokato or his nephew Shiro knock the robot down, they tell him to do something like do 100 push-ups, and so he starts doing push-ups while they get away. The really funny part was when they told him to bench press the elevator with a bunch of overweight science fiction fans in it. The next book is called The Yellow Brick Road Warrior. Shiro decides to go home to Japan to visit his family, and he's waiting at an airport in Kansas when a tornado picks him up along with a little dog named Toto and deposits them in Oz. Not Oz as in Dorothy, but in Oz as in Australia. And apparently the tornado, it was a reference to the a disparaging reference, I should say, to the Australian airline Qantas. The Shiro asks, "How do they get out of here?" And he's like, "Well, how did you get here?" And they're like, "Oh, that's Qantas." And he's like, "Well, I'm not taking that way." So he goes off to see the wizard, and he ends up getting the ruby slippers, and that's when everything devolves into Mad Max. So this is the Yellow Brick Road Warrior. So they're trying to drive a tanker, and they're being attacked by the witches from Punkies, not monkeys, Punkies, and the attributes of his companions. So he meets a scarecrow, he meets the Tin Man, and he meets the lion. Where in the book, the lion is cowardly, the scarecrow is actually intelligent, and the Tin Man really does have a heart. In this rendition, the lion was drummed out of the army for being cowardly, but he is not a coward. The Tin Man is completely heartless, and the scarecrow is the dumbest pile of straw ever. Anyway, it's hilarious. Highly recommended. And then we have Seven Samurai Cats. This ends up being a mashup of The Magnificent Seven and The Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa. So we have the story where you have the Japanese villagers that are being terrorized by bandits, and they go hire the samurai. In this case, there's a bandit exchange program. So the bandits from Mexico are over in Mexico, or the bandits in Japan, from Japan, I should say, are over in Mexico terrorizing Mexican peasants, and the Mexican bandits are now over here in Japan terrorizing Japanese peasants. And it it ends up that we have 7 samurai cats that are recruited to help the villagers, one of which is Tomokato's older brother, and then Tomokato himself. The next chapter is called Alienated, and Tomokato and Shiro track down an alien, very predator-esque, who attacked Lord Nobunaga's castle, and I believe the liver thing might have been the reference to Silence of the Lambs. Anyway, they get on his ship, and they end up running into the crew from the Enterprise. And then it becomes a 3-way mashup between Star Trek, Predator, and Aliens, because the Predator had alien egg sacs on board his ship when Tomokato and Shiro ended up forcing their way on board. In the last book, or the last chapter, it's called It's a Terminated Life, and here we have a little bit of the Terminator still, but we also have It's a Wonderful Life. So an angel shows up because Tomokato is despairing that he's not having the effect that he wants on his nephew, that he's trying to raise his nephew to be honorable and not a degenerate, and he's not sure that he's having the right effect. And so his guardian angel shows up and transports them to the future, to an alternate future where Shiro is the malevolent god emperor of the universe, and he's planning to destroy it using the Solaronite bomb, which, if you're at all familiar with, is from Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space, where it explodes sunlight. And Shiro and Tomokato then are tasked with cleaning up the future and before they can return to their own time. As I said, highly amusing, the best of the bunch, and I really liked the other books, but this one, in my opinion, is heads and shoulders above the others. I cannot praise this book enough. It's so funny. Anyway, that's it for today. Let me know if you've read any of the Samurai Cat books. Let me know what you thought of them. If you can get a copy out there. I did notice when I was looking for a picture for the video here that there are copies available on eBay and on Amazon Books, and they seem to be fairly reasonably priced still. Anyway, that's it for today. Like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff. It really helps us out. And until next time, enjoy what you're reading.